Hey, Dr. Luke here. I'm going to be talking about one of the pitfalls of starting a business, which is overcommitting to things. Now, this is not the same as the other pitfall I had talked about, where I'm talking about, you overcommitting, you're doing the CEO, CFO, COO, all the different C-suite roles, and also executing, whatever whether you're the coach also on the front line, you're actually out working with clients face to face, right? So you're doing everything. That's not what I'm talking about. Overcommitting is when I've overcommitting. Let me give you an example of for the business. I owned half of this business in the beginning, and this was the very first business that I was part of. So what I'm going to tell you, that a huge mistake that was made was overcommitting, because what would happen is I had a partner, which I'll cover that in another video, why that's never a good idea. But I had a partner who would essentially throw spaghetti at a wall and see what stuck, which meant the company had a purpose, it had a mission, it was doing certain things like continuous process improvement, okay? Well, being a continuous process improvement company, you want to focus on that clientele, right? You want to help organizations, and you want to train and coach and, do all these types of things. Great. Well, what was happening is my partner was constantly focusing on going after contracts that would be like, hey, this school's asking about like a diversity training, or this school over here is actually wondering if we can put together a plan for how to do their science fair or whatever, just something weird like that. Or, hey, these people are looking for like a bunch of admin, so we could basically hire a bunch of admin through us and then charge it. And I'm like, what in the heck? And I was really new to business at that time. And I was like, okay. But I realized very quickly after a couple of months, I'm like, you realize like none of this works. And if we're focused on hiring admin people to get them placed, we've become like a recruiting service. Well, yeah, but it makes us money. Why don't we focus on what we're supposed to be focused on? Why don't we make money there? Wouldn't that be smarter? And so I learned that lesson because I let it go on, and shame on me. I let it go on even, I think it was a couple of months. I caught on in the first month or so, and I eventually, the partnership started my own company after that, because I wasn't willing to throw spaghetti at a wall. I was staying true to what problem we actually solved and going after the clients who needed that problem solved. And so I stayed laser focused, and what that did is that brought in my first couple of $1 million, and then now I can expand to other offerings that are close to it. So we do Lean and Six Sigma and stuff, which naturally means that works well with, now we do Agile training and project management professional, like PMP training. So now we do Agile and PMP and Lean and Six Sigma and all these other ones. It started out with Lean Six Sigma, that being our core business. That's what gave us that core. That's what gave us those core contracts and that stable money in the first couple million, and then we were able to grow and expand from there. So my suggestion to you for the overcommitting, stay committed to what you put in your business plan, and don't overcommit to things like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing which one sticks. That's a terrible idea, and it's going to take you off into 4 different places. I had one friend in particular who I knew, and this guy started 4 businesses all at the same time. And you say, oh, I see these YouTube guys doing this all the time. They have a huge team, by the way. Don't ever sit there and listen to those influencers like they don't. When they talk about, well, I run these 4 businesses, or these, I have a portfolio of 20 businesses. Yes, and they also have a huge staff that's helping them. You and I are small, right? We're maybe anywhere from 19 to less employees. That's what small business is. So we'll say 20 or less employees. So we keep it pretty small. We don't have huge staffs, they can edit the videos and run this company and COO in this company and COO in this company and bring everybody together, right? We don't have that. And so what he was doing was starting 4 businesses at the same time just to see which one worked out best. That is an option. You can do that. And I'm going to tell you that none of the 4 really exploded because he wasn't putting all of his time into any one of the 4. So overcommitting, and I would almost argue losing sight, are kind of in the same bin. You're overcommitting because you're desperate and you're trying to go after every penny. But that penny is not really going to actually add value to your company. It's actually going to detract and distract you from what actually is going to make you money, what your core process is, what your core function is, what you do and who you are as an organization.